Hello students, before solving exercise 11.2 we will see some topics. Topic number 1, 11.2.1, triangles as parts of rectangles. What we have to do, take a rectangle of side 8 cm and 5 cm, cut the rectangle along its diagonal to get two triangles. We have to take a rectangle which have a length 8 cm and breadth 5 cm, and we have to cut along its diagonal. Diagonal is nothing but a straight line which connect two opposite corners of a polygon. Here rectangle, so two opposite corners are what? Two vertices which are opposite, which are not connected. When we connect these two vertices, it is a diagonal. Now we have to cut it out. So here we will take one rectangle. So here I have taken a rectangle having 8 cm length and 5 cm breadth and cut with its diagonal. So now what we have to do here, superpose one triangle on the other. What is the meaning of superpose? So what we have to do, we have to take one triangle and we have to superpose it. Now here, now what we have to do, if it is not superposing, so we have to rotate the one shape. So here I have rotated the one shape. Now you can see here these two triangles are exactly the same. We can see by superposing it. Now the question is, are they exactly same size? So we can see that yes, they are exactly the same size. Next question, can you say that both the triangles are equal in area? So of course they are enclosed equal area because they have the same size. So we can say that yes, they are enclosed, or they are both have triangles are equal in area. Next, are the triangles congruent also? So of course we can say yes, as we know that for any two figures having same size and same shape, this same shape triangle and same size are congruent. So yes, they are congruent. Now next, what is the area of each of these triangles? Now we have to find area of each of the triangle. Now we don't know what is the area of this triangle, but we know that area of rectangle, that is nothing but length multiplied by breadth, and we can here see that these two triangles which are made from a rectangle having equal area. So this triangle and this triangle having equal area, when we add this triangle's area with this triangle, yani these two triangles area, we will get the area of rectangle. So from area of rectangle we can find the area of this one triangle. So here we will write the area of each triangle is equal to 1/2 area of rectangle. Of course, because when we add the area of these two triangles, it makes area of a rectangle. So for one triangle it is 1/2 area of a rectangle. So area of this one triangle is nothing but half area of a rectangle. That is equal to, we will find it, 1/2 area of rectangle is what? We know the formula, that is length multiplied by breadth, and that is equal to 1/2. What is length? As we know that length is 8 cm and breadth is 5 cm, 8 5s, and what will be unit? That is centimeter, so centimeter square. So that is equal to 1/2 multiplied by 8 5s are 40 centimeter square. 2 ones are 2, 2 twos are 4, so 20 will come, so that is equal to 20 centimeter square. So from rectangle we have found the area of the triangle. Next, take a square of side 5 centimeter and divide it into 4 triangles. So here we have to take a square of measure 5 centimeter side and we have to divide it into 4 triangles. So how can we do it? So we have to do what we have to do. We have to draw 2 diagonals, diagonal 1 and diagonal 2. When we draw 2 diagonals, we will get 4 triangles. Triangle number 1, triangle number 2, triangle number 3 and triangle number 4. Now the questions are there, that are the 4 triangles equal in area? Are they congruent to each other? What is the area of each triangle? So how we can give answer of this question? So therefore what we have to do, we have to superpose these 4 triangles, then we can give the answer of these 3 questions. Here this is a square having a measure 5 centimeter. Now we have cut this square into 4 triangles. Now we will superpose it. After superposing it, we can see that these 4 triangles are covering each other fully. So from this what we can say that, so we will give the answer of this question, that are the 4 triangles equal in area? Of course yes, because they are when we have superposed it, they each and every one are covering each other fully. So answer will be yes. Next question, are they congruent to each other? As we know that these triangles having same shape and same size, so they are congruent. So here we will write yes. And what is the area of each triangle? So here we can see that these 4 triangles having equal area. So when we add the area of these 4 triangles, we will get the area of the square. So what will be the area of this each triangle? That one triangle, what will be the area? It is nothing but 1/4 area of a square. So here we will write the area of each triangle is equal to 1/4 area of square. Now here we know that the formula of area of square, there is nothing but side square. Here we have the measure of side of a square, that is 5 centimeter. So 5 square and unit will be centimeter square. 5 square is 25, 25/4 centimeter square. Now 25/4 we have to do. So here we will do it 25/4. 4. Now 25 cannot be divided by 4. So what we have to do? 4 1s are 4, 4 2s are 8, 4 3s are 12, 4 4s are 16, 4 5s are 20, and 4 6s are 24. 25 minus 24, it is 1. 1 cannot be divided by 4. So here we will write 0. Here we have taken 0. So therefore we have to here put the decimal point. 4 2s are 8, 10 minus 8 2, 4 5s are, here we have to write 0, 4 5s are 20, here it is 0. So what is the answer of 25/4? It is 6.25. So that is equal to 6.25 centimeter square. So area of each triangle which is made from square is square having a side 5 centimeter is 6.25 centimeter square. Next topic 11.2.2, generalizing for other congruent parts of rectangle. So here we have to take a rectangle of length 6 centimeter and breadth 4 centimeter, and we have to divide it into two parts. So here rectangle which is having a length 6 centimeter and breadth 4 centimeter, now we have to divide it. So here between AD we have to take a point E which have a length or a measure from A to E, that is 2 centimeter, and from E to D, that is 4 centimeter. 2 plus 4, 6 centimeter. Similarly, between B and C we have to take a point F which has a measure from C, it is 2 centimeter, and from B it is 4 centimeter. Now we have to divide it. How we have to divide this rectangle? We have to connect E and F through a straight line, and now we have divided it. So here this is a one part and this is a second part. This 1 and 2 part makes a rectangle. Now what we have to do here, it is given that superpose one part on the other, see if they match. So here, as here we have these two parts, already we have cut this two part. Now we can see that it is a rectangle. Now we have cut this part, and afterwards what we have to do, we have to superpose it. So we will rotate this one part and we will superpose it, and as we can see that they are matching, they are covering each other perfectly. So now here the question is, are they congruent? So of course we can say that yes, they are congruent, as they are having same shape and same size, as they are covering each other perfectly, they are matching. So yes. So now what is the meaning of this? The meaning of this is that this part 1 and the second part, they are congruent, they are having same area, so they are having equal area, this one part and this two part. So when we add this 1 and second part, 1 and 2 part, so we will get the area of a rectangle. So for one part, what we can write? So area of each congruent part, they are congruent, that's why we will write congruent part is equal to 1/2 area of rectangle, that is equal to 1/2 area of rectangle. We know that length multiplied by breadth. What is length and what is breadth? Here we can see that length of this rectangle, it is 4 plus 2, 6 centimeter, it is given already, and breadth of this rectangle, it is 4 centimeter. So we will write it here, 1/2, length is 6, breadth is 4 centimeter, and that's why what will be the unit of area, that is centimeter square. 6 4s are 24 divided by 2 centimeter square, 2 1s are 2, and 2 12s are, or 12 2s are 24. So answer is 12 centimeter square. So area of each congruent part of a rectangle, here it is 12 centimeter square. Next topic 11.3, area of a parallelogram. In this topic we will find the formula to find area of a parallelogram. Here this figure is drawn is nothing but a parallelogram. What is parallelogram? Parallelogram is a polygon in which there are 4 sides, and in these four sides, the pair of opposite sides are parallel. These two sides and these two sides parallel with each other, they are parallel. So here what we have to do, we have to draw a perpendicular from one vertex to the opposite side. We have drawn this perpendicular, this is a perpendicular. In this perpendicular, when we draw, we will get a triangle. This is a triangle, you can see that. Now what we have to do, we have to cut this triangle part, and we have to take this triangle part to the other side. Then we will get a new shape. From this parallelogram, we will get a new shape. So for that, what we will do, here you can see that this is a figure of a parallelogram. Here we have cut the triangle part. Now what we will do, we will bring this part to the other side, and when we bring this part to the other side, what we got? Here we can see that it is nothing but a rectangle. So from parallelogram, when we draw a perpendicular, it will be, that part will be triangle, and that part, when we cut that part and we bring to the other side, we get rectangle. So now we will use this rectangle to find the area of a parallelogram. So here we got a new shape from a parallelogram. It is rectangle. Are the area of the parallelogram and rectangle are equal? Of course it is equal, as we haven't added a new part and we haven't deleted or removed any part. So that's why the area of the parallelogram and an area of this rectangle which is made from parallelogram are equal. So here we will write area of parallelogram is equal to area of rectangle. Now what is area of rectangle? That is nothing but length multiplied by breadth. So here in this rectangle, this is length and this is breadth. Now this length in the rectangle is equal to same as in parallelogram base. As we can see that this triangle we have removed, in this triangle this same side is in rectangle. So we have cut this part and we have bring that part in other side. So this length of rectangle and this base of parallelogram are same. So this length is nothing but the base of the parallelogram, and this breadth is what? This perpendicular. This is in rectangle which is breadth, in parallelogram it is perpendicular. This perpendicular we call it height, and also it is said the altitude of a parallelogram with base. So we can say height also, and we can say it is altitude also. So here in rectangle which is length, in parallelogram it is base, and in rectangle which is breadth, in parallelogram it is height or an altitude. Here we will write height. In this chapter we will use it as height only. So now here we can write this base and height in short form. For base we will write B, and for height we will write H. Now keep in mind, when we write for area of parallelogram, in that area of parallelogram we will use small b and small h. This small b stands for base. That same, and this small b and this small b are different, because this small b in rectangle it stands for breadth, and this small b in parallelogram it stands for base. So keep in mind. So here we got the formula for area of parallelogram, which is nothing but base multiplied by height. So here some things we have to keep in mind. Any side of a parallelogram can be chosen as base of the parallelogram, and the perpendicular drop on that side from the opposite vertex. Which side? Which we have chosen as a base from the opposite vertex is known as height. The perpendicular drop on that side which is base from the opposite vertex is known as height. So here we have two parallelogram ABCD and parallelogram PQRS. In parallelogram ABCD we have chosen AD as base. So now the height should be the perpendicular from opposite vertex to the base, that is BF. Here two perpendiculars are there, BF and BH, but height only. So from these two perpendicular, which perpendicular we have to take as height, so we can take only BF, as we have chosen AD as our base, so we can take only BF only. We cannot take BH. Here similarly in this parallelogram PQRS, this PQ is base, so perpendicular should be drawn from opposite vertex to this base only, that is nothing but SE. So here in PQRS, base is PQ and height is SE or ES. Next topic 11.4, area of triangle. Here in this topic we will find formula to find area of triangle. Draw a scaline triangle. What is scaline triangle? In a triangle whose sides are not same, not equal. All three sides of a triangle are different. That kind of triangle is called scaline triangle. Draw a scaline triangle on a piece of paper. Cut out the triangle. Place this triangle on another piece of paper and cut out another triangle of the same size. What we have to do? We have to draw a one scaline triangle. We have to cut out that triangle. After using that same triangle, we have to draw another triangle using that same measure of the scaline triangle, and we have to cut out that another triangle, so we will get two triangles having same size. So here we will use these cutouts. These are two scaline triangle which are having same size. Now, are they congruent? Of course they are congruent because they have same size and same shape, so they are congruent. Now what we have to do here, we have to place together these two triangle. When we place together these two triangle, what we can see there? So here we can see that when we connect these two triangles together, which are having equal size, same size and equal area, that means they are congruent, we get a new shape which is nothing but a parallelogram, right? Of course. Now we got the new shape. This is parallelogram. Now what is the area of this parallelogram? So similarly what we have done earlier for rectangle and square, here we can see that these two triangles, from these two triangles the parallelogram is formed. So area of this triangle and this triangle, when we add the area of these two triangles, we get the area of whole parallelogram. So what is the area of this each triangle? That is nothing but area of this each triangle is 1/2 of a area of a parallelogram. So here we will write area of each triangle is equal to 1/2 area of parallelogram. So that is equal to, what is area of parallelogram? We have found the formula, that is nothing but base multiplied by height, that is B multiplied by H. So here we got the formula of triangle for any triangle. If we have base and we have height, then we can find the area of the triangle, that is nothing but 1/2 base multiplied by height. We will take one more example. Here we have to draw line segment AB 6 cm, and from that line segment we will draw a parallel line L. Between this parallel line L and AB, the measure is, that is length is 5 cm. On the line L we will take 4 points P, Q, R and S and we will connect this PQRS with AB through a straight line that we have drawn. So when we draw these straight lines, we will connect these points with AB. We will get 4 triangles. Number 1 triangle ABP, A, B and P. 2 ABQ, A, B and Q. 3 ABR, A, B and R. And 4 A, B and S. Now here, if we take in all the triangle AB as base, and we will draw a perpendicular from opposite side P to AB, Q to AB, R to AB and S to AB, that will be nothing but a height. For an example, I will draw one perpendicular. Okay, for example, I am drawing one perpendicular. I do not have to draw, as we can see that this P is perpendicular to AB, so PA will be our perpendicular. Okay, so here PA is our perpendicular. Similarly, we can draw a Q to AB, that is QE, or we can write anything. So from R we have to draw a perpendicular to AB and S to perpendicular to AB. So here we have to keep in mind that perpendicular will be a height of our triangle, and height will be same, that is nothing but 5 centimeter. And when we find the area of these all triangles, we will get the same area as they are having same base 6 centimeter and same height 5 centimeter. We will get the same area. So here we get the same area for triangle ABP, triangle ABQ, triangle ABR and triangle ABS. Okay, how much we get? So we can find for only one triangle, that is triangle ABP. So here we will find area of triangle ABP, that is equal to 1/2 base multiplied by height. 1/2 what is base, that is AB, which has a measure 6 centimeter. So I will write 6 multiplied by height. Height is nothing but 5 centimeter. I will write 5 and centimeter square. 6 5s are 30. So 30 by 2 centimeter square. 30 by 2 is nothing but 15 centimeter square. So here we got the area of ABP, that is nothing but 15 centimeters. Similarly, we get the area of ABQ, it is also 15 centimeter square. ABR 15 centimeter square and ABS 15 centimeter square. The area are same for all the triangle. But the question is, are these 4 triangles are congruent? Of course not, as we can see that this triangle ABP, ABQ, ABR and ABS are not congruent. They are not equal in shape. They are equal in shape, as we can say that for shape we can say that they are triangles. So yes, they are equal in shape, but they are equal in size. So of course not, because these triangles are different. They have different length of the side. So that's why we cannot say that these triangles are congruent, but they are having the same area. So from this we can conclude that all the congruent triangles are equal in area. We have found that. Before this example, we have taken the 2 Scullin triangle having same size. Okay, so they are congruent, and from that we have found the area, that is nothing but that these two congruent triangles are having equal in area. So all the congruent triangles are equal in area, but the triangles equal in area, that is here we can see that ABP, ABQ, ABR and ABS are equal in area, but they are not congruent. But the triangles equal in area need not be congruent.